buttons color variation. So we are going to look at how to include the different types of button colors into your project. So the first thing that we want to do is create a button using our button HTML tag. So once we are done, we'll call it our primary button. Then we'll give it a class. For this button, we'll give it a class btn. That is for the button for the Bootstrap. Then the btn primary, this will specify the color and the padding for us. Okay, so we'll have a button with a blue background. Okay, so I'll give it a break. Okay, I'll copy this real quick. Copy, paste. Then instead of having primary here, I'm going to use secondary. Okay, then I'll use secondary here as well. Secondary. Okay, save. Then we'll have a secondary background, a secondary color of a button. Okay, I'll copy that. Secondary. Okay, so I'll have a secondary, then I'll save it, then we'll have a secondary color. Then the next color will, okay, so I'll copy this, I'll copy it, then I'll paste. Then instead of primary, I'm going to say secondary. Then I'll change here to secondary. Okay, I'll remove the N. Then we'll have a secondary button. Okay, then I'll copy that, paste. Then the next thing we want to look at is success. Then we'll have a success button. Okay, copy it again and paste. We want to look at the next button is the danger button. That will be a red. Then we have the danger button. Okay, copy. The next one is info. So instead of danger, we have info. Then we have the info button. The next one is warning. Then we have the warning button. Okay, the next one is BTN light. So we have the light button. Okay, I'll copy that. So instead of light, we have dark. Then we have a black button. Then the last for this section, but not the least, we'll paste that. Then instead of dark, we'll have link. Then we have a link button. So this will look just like an anchor tag. Okay, so the next part of this section we want to look at is the button outline variations. So I'll copy everything we have here because they are almost the same. Then I'll paste it here. Then instead of BTN primary, what we are going to have is BTN outline. BTN outline. So that is the next thing we are going to have. And what I'll do is I'll copy the whole of this, paste it here, paste it. Then we'll have a border. The border will have the primary, solid, success, danger, info, warning, the light, then the dark, then the light link button. Okay, I think there will be no need for this one, no need for outline for that one. Okay, so that's that for that. Then the next thing we want to look at is the button size. Okay, we can have large buttons and we can also have small buttons. So I will copy this, paste it. So instead of BTN outline, we'll have BTN primary. Then afterwards we'll have BTN large, LG for large. Then we save it. Then I'll change this to large button. So this will give us a large button. Then I will copy this. We want to create a smaller button. Then instead of LG, we'll give it SM. SM. So we'll have a small button, something like this. So I'll change this large name to small. So we'll have a small button just like this. Okay, pretty much good. The next thing we want to look at is the button level. Button level means if we want to actually make this button full width of that particular screen. So I'll copy that, paste it, and button primary. Then I would say W standing for the width, W 100. That will make the button. So we'll say full width button. So it will make the button to take 100% of any div it occupies. So it takes 100% and it's very responsive. Okay, good. The next thing we want to look at is the button state. Button states, there are two types of states for the button. Either it's active or it's actually disabled. So we are going to look at the active button. So instead of having the W100 here, we'll just set it to active. So if you actually visit the home page of any website, then you are actually on that home page, the home button will be active. So that's what the active state. So it's pretty much the same thing. So this is how it looks. I'll change this from full width to active button. So we'll have something like this, active button. Then we'll see disabled. Copy that, paste. So we'll remove the active, and over here we'll just type in disabled. Then I'll change this to disabled button, a physically challenged button. I'll save it, and then we'll have a disabled button. Okay, so this is it with the disabled button. Once we over all of these buttons, it creates more like a cursor effect, and like you can see there is a cursor effect on all of them. But once we click over this disabled button, there is no cursor effect. So just like how this active button changes once you hover over it to a cursor effect, it doesn't change with a disabled.